So are gas prices just going crazy enough to keep people from traveling? Well, I think so, but let's talk about that just a little bit because maybe I can encourage you to travel anyway. So Amy and I, we've done some videos recently, and we've talked about, this idea that the difference in gas prices may not really be all of that significant to where maybe we can still get out there and travel, and you can come to Branson, you can have a great vacation. So I wanted to kind of maybe throw this out there. And now, first of all, I understand that everybody has a different kind of world that they live in. There's different realities, there's different budgets, there's different cars that they drive. Everyone has kind of different gas mileage, and some people are driving they're still driving Hummers. You think that's happening? Other people are driving EVs, electric vehicles, and hybrids, and but I think kind of in the middle of the road, we're probably sitting around maybe 20 miles to the gallon. Some are doing better, some are doing worse. So you got to, I understand, well, you got to factor all of that stuff in, and then also you have to factor in the other expenses. We know we're in kind of an inflation world right now, and things are going up, prices are going up, groceries are going up, entertainment's going up, everything's going up. When wages go up, everything else goes up, which is just it's kind of it's the world that we're living in right now. And so I understand that too. So we need to take that into account. And as people are budgeting, vacation, is it time to do it? Should we wait? All of those factors come into play. But I just want to talk about gas. Let's just talk about gas just a little bit, because I think there's a bit of a misconception for some people out there. For example, Amy and I, we were saying, and I'm going to break this down in a second, but we were saying each way it's only, on average, it's only going to cost another $20 or so to travel. And some people are they misunderstood what we said. They're thinking it definitely doesn't only cost $20 each way or $40 total to travel. It costs way more than that to travel. Some people are saying it costs us $150, $130, $180, 200 and some bucks or whatever. Well, that's not what we mean. We know, especially if you're driving a long way, it's going to cost. We just took a trip to Miami. Actually, further than that, we went down to the Miami Keys from Branson. We drove all the way there. We took a cruise, and we drove back. Went to Orlando, went to Disney, Epcot, drove back through Pensacola and on up. And so we drove a long way. And here in Branson, by the way, just so you know, gas tends to be cheaper than in most parts of the world. So that's something to keep in mind also. It's a bit cheaper. I think I don't know what it is right now, maybe $4.20, $4.30, something like that. You got to check up on that. But so we understand. So we just took this long trip. But let's talk about this idea of gas prices. Let's think about, when Amy and I were thinking about this, we're like, okay, let's take kind of the average person driving 6 hours to get here. So that's 12 hours round trip. And that's an extra $40 of gas. And the way we figure that out is 1 year ago, we're basing it on vacation a year ago, a year ago, I mean, it was busy. It was a huge year. It was a big old year. Tourists everywhere, right? And oh, by the way, just so you know, some of you might have watched a recent video where we're like, oh my gosh, it's so slow in Branson. It's so slow. That just lasted one day. And that was a Thursday. And it was. We were surprised by that. It was slower than normal. But the very next day, Friday, I was out of Silver Dollar City. That was yesterday. And slamming. It was busy. And so I think just the school schedule, different schedules and things like that are the reason, not gas prices for the most part, is why the reason it was a little slower. But so we've got these people coming in 6 hours, 12 hours round trip. And 1 year ago, it was about $1 less a gallon, $1 less a gallon. So if you factor in 20 miles a gallon in your car, factor in the distance, that's where we came up with our numbers. So people are going to be spending about an extra $40 in gas round trip. Now again, everybody's different. Everybody's budget is different. But for the most part, when you're spending, several $1,000s on average to vacation in Branson, An extra $40, it shouldn't make a difference. Okay. It shouldn't. So what I'm trying to do is encourage you that the gas price, I think we can get scared sometimes. You're just like, or we just like, whoa, deer in the headlights. It's like, whoa, gas prices are going nuts, going crazy. And yeah, they are higher, but they're not that much higher. And so it's just it's another $40 round trip on average for 6 hour or 12, 6 hours, 12 hours round trip, and about a 20 miles to the gallon. So if you do the math, it's going to come out to about $40. And so I would encourage you, if that's the case for you, if you fit into that category, 20 miles to the gallon and 6 hours away or whatever your math is, do that math, and maybe you go out to eat one less time. Bring some snacks from home, lunch or dinner, bring some canned goods or whatever you want to do. That'll save you the $40 easily, if not a lot more. And so there are ways that you could do it to where you can, cut costs, cut corners, maybe don't do something that you wanted to do, or save a little bit here, save a little bit there, and still have a great vacation. And, so I just wanted to get this out there. That's why we're getting the numbers. Again, everybody's reality is different. We totally get that. I mean, we really, really do. There's some people they're flying private jets and they don't care about money at all. Other people, they're going to be camping in tents and they're trying to save everywhere that they can, and every dollar really does count. We totally get that. A lot of people are in the middle, in between, and so you've got to know your own situation, okay? But I just want to encourage you, take a breath, do the math, think about your gas mileage, think about your distance, think about all of that. And I know you all are. I don't want you to think like I don't think you got it under control. I think you got it going on. But again, I think you get that deer in the headlights. It's like, oh no, we got to cancel everything. We got to cancel travel because of gas. And maybe I just want to reel it in a little bit. And it's like, it's not as bad as it sounds. It's really not as bad as it seems. Gas prices, it's not, it shouldn't stop us from traveling at least a little bit, or anyway, am I hitting home with this? What do you think? I would love to hear some comments. Tell me what you think. You guys are amazing. Hey, don't forget, our 10,000 subscriber contest is in action right now. I think we're about 50 subscribers away as of right this very second, something like that. So be on the lookout. And if you don't know how to win that contest, 2 Silver Dollar City tickets, 2 escape code, 2 player gift cards, and a custom-made sling bag. You got to watch a previous video from yesterday, and it'll tell you how to win. So, all right, you're amazing. I pray God's blessing on your life. I pray that you're just blown up by his goodness, and you are just rocked by just the love of Jesus as he just surprises you and moves in your life and does what nothing else and no one else could ever do, because he's real, he's alive, and he's ready to meet you. I pray he does that in Jesus' name. All right, until next time, everybody, safe travels.